Oh, the difference only 1 week can make. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason's Realm here. Today I'm here bringing you guys, me and the team, our combined Week 3 power rankings for the NFL. Let's just dive right into this. Before I do, I want to hear from you guys. What do your power rankings look like heading into this week? Let me know down in the comments below because I want to hear what you guys have to say for this week, as it is going to be very tough to rank these teams. So we're going to kick things off here at number 10 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2-0 on the year. They were not ranked last week. This team cracking the top 10 because Baker Mayfield is playing elite. He is playing out of his mind with this team, and he is taking this team to the whole next level. We knew that the Buccaneers had a solid core. They just needed good quarterbacking play after Tom Brady left to be decent. Well, Baker Mayfield is blowing the socks off of what Tom Brady did last year. Nothing against Brady. Brady was getting up there in age, and there was a lot going on, so it's fine that his numbers dipped. But Baker Mayfield, man, playing absolutely out of his mind for this team and winning both of these games. Now going to have a game against Philadelphia, which I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is potentially winnable with how anemic the offense has been for the Eagles this season. It's possible. Up next, we have the Detroit Lions falling 5 spots from last week. They are currently 1-1 after this week, after taking a heartbreaking loss to the Seattle Seahawks. And man, that hurts. That hurts big time. You were finally on top of the world. You beat the reigning champions, and then you go and take on the Seattle Seahawks that were a bottom 10 team last week, and you just completely crapped the bed against them. You managed to come back late, but you couldn't get the job done. That is where concerns are arising, but just one loss. You should be fine next week. We'll see if you can recover. At number 8, I can't believe I'm saying this team because it's only one man carrying this team, but the Atlanta Falcons at 2-0 weren't ranked last week. They're cracking the top 10 because of 2 words. Bijan Robinson. That man is carrying this team to the promised land. And as long as he stays healthy and Desmond Ridder doesn't actively screw it up, then the Falcons are basically the sky's the limit for them. They could win the South fairly easily if that's the case. Up next, we have the 1-1 Kansas City Chiefs, who despite a win this week are down 2 spots from last week because they looked ugly. The Chiefs' best weapon this week was an offensive lineman who was ineligible to catch the ball. Just let that sink in. Their best weapon was an offensive lineman who was able to actually catch the ball. That is a problem for this team, and they're going to keep falling down this list unless they can prove that the offense is back. At number 6, we have a team that we might have been a little too harsh on last week, the Baltimore Ravens, who were not ranked last week. Maybe a little harsh on them, but losing J.K. Dobbins and Marcus Williams potentially for a long time, but definitely Dobbins out for the year. That was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking for Ravens fans, and health looked like it was going to be another Achilles heel for this team again. But they managed to overcome it. They go into Cincinnati. They go into what people might call, that's actually Arrowhead they call Burrowhead, but anyway. They go into the home of Joe Burrow, and they absolutely wreck house. Lamar Jackson outdueled anything that Joe Burrow could have done. And Joe Burrow got a re-aggravated calf in the process. So, Baltimore, you're looking good. We might have been a little too harsh on you last week, but you're 2-0 atop the North right now. Looking fine. At number 5, we have another big climber despite another close game. The Miami Dolphins, up 4 spots from last week. 2-0 after a big win last night. On Sunday night, and we'll see what they can do here. Overall, looking solid. I do have concerns, though, about the offense and the consistency of this team. They really struggled. They let the Patriots in way too long, and the offense just looked flat out anemic last week, but they still managed to do enough to get the win, and that might be the mojo of this team. They might be the mojo of, hey, we're not going to win by big margins, but we are going to do just enough to win more games. Which is a fine thing, and there's a lot of talent on that team still to potentially do something, including Raheem Mostert, who went off on Sunday Night Football. Big time. At number 4, we have the Buffalo Bills, up 2 spots from last week at 1-1. The Bills making a huge comeback this last week, and man, they made it in a huge way, going off against the Las Vegas Raiders for a final score of 38-10. The Bills are back. Offensively, they might be a little more shaky. They did go to the run game a lot more, and then Josh Allen got settled in. But overall, still a top 5 team, especially when you consider their regular season success in the past. very much a strong team that you do not want to face right now. At number 3, we have our only team to stay put in the power rankings this week, the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles, well, that offense goes full throttle for about 20 minutes, and then they lay up on the gas. They let the opponent back in it, and then they do just enough at the very end to win the game. That has been the trend of the Eagles. That offense is looking brutal. That offense is almost looking anemic right now with the way that they are doing. They are doing just enough offensively. They are not the explosive team that we saw last year offensively, winning games by big margins. Is it the league trying to figure out what the Eagles are doing? Is it the fact that Shane Steichen is gone from the Eagles? We'll have to see what that results in, but the Eagles have been in some serious trouble these last couple weeks against opponents that they should have fairly easily handled. At number 2, we have the 2-0 San Francisco 49ers falling one spot despite their win because it was against the Rams, and it was a one-score victory. But at the same time, this also speaks wonders to what the Rams are, and it speaks more to the number 1 team's success than it does to any shortcomings of the Niners, because the Niners are a very complete team right now. They are a scary team that you do not want to face. There's only one team that I see scarier because of their big unit that you don't want to face. We'll talk more about them at number 1, but the Niners, overall, a complete team, a solid team, and they are looking very scary heading into these next couple weeks. And at number 1, you got the 2-0 Dallas Cowboys rising up one spot because, well, Dallas, your defense, I don't want to face it. I would not want to face that defense. I wouldn't even want to touch that defense with a 10-foot pole because that defense and special teams unit is scary. Putting up about or almost over half of the total points you have scored this season have come off of your defense. Your offense hasn't done a lot. I have concerns with the offense, but defensively, you are being carried big time. Best defense in the league, and it's not even close. So that's about going to do it for me today. If you guys did like, don't forget to smash like and subscribe. It does help me out a whole lot. It tells me that I'm making stuff that you guys enjoy. So make sure you do that, and I guess go ahead and check out over here our recap of Week 2 to see how we got to this point, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, and have a good one.